Hi friends, welcome to Aishu's DIY. Today we will learn how to make this beautiful necklace. See this? I have made this necklace and I really like it. So the findings that we have is this one right here. If you want to take a screenshot of the product UPC code and everything. So these are the findings. I believe it was 73 cents, just 73 cents for 3, 4, 5 of these findings, and it is this cubic zirconia or stone diamond shaped ones in different colors. So there was one blue. I added a Swarovski pearl, in a lilac color to this blue. I really like the combination of it, and I added some rose gold chain and finished it off. And I really like how it turned out to be. It's really pretty dainty jewelry. People do like this kind of jewelry now. So I am going to make more pendants, and I'm going to show you guys how I made those. And I made one with that lilac pearl. This is a freshwater pearl. This is not a Swarovski pearl. And then I used that purple finding that I got from beadpark.com, and I think that it turned out pretty good. So I have a couple of options. I pulled out a couple of options here. So this one is a round pearl. This is 8 millimeter. This is probably 12 millimeter. I am not so sure. And I have a white Swarovski pearl as well, like the lilac ones. I have that. And then I have this beautiful coin freshwater pearl that I wanted to use. And I also have the coin pearl in this golden kind of color, and it has that irregularities in it, which is a charm. And I have here some gold chain, 2 gold chain and 1 rose gold chain cut already. So I cut one length in 18 inches and the other one in 16, and this one is 16 as well. I have here some 24 gauge wire in a bright gold color and somewhat like a like matte gold color, I would say. I'm using this for the rose gold finding because I feel that the color is okay with it, and so as this finding color, it's a nice gold color. So I really prefer, it's not a bright one, so I wanted to try both of them how it looks. So I did one with the rose gold, and I'm going to do the rest with you guys. So I have here some jump rings. These are rose gold jump rings, and for the gold one we need the gold jump rings, and then we need 24 gauge wire. And I'm going to show this rose gold necklace first, and this one I finished it with handmade clasp myself and just a jump ring. So I'll show you guys exactly how to make this, and then we'll proceed on with the rest. So first what I will do is we will wrap everything and then we will go on to that. So I'm thinking of doing the topaz color with this pearl, and the black stone with this, and the green with this. So it gives out a complete different look as you change the size of the bead underneath the finding, but it looks nevertheless very pretty. I'm also going to use some headbands for this small guy. And also what I was thinking is, this is a very thin headband, so I'm using the one which has doubled, so it looks good. It looks sturdier. So first we will wrap this small 8mm one first, and then we'll move on to the rest later. So the first one is this pearl, right? Just put this pearl on. Freshwater pearl and pearls in general has like notoriously small hole. So Now the tools wise, we need the wire cutters, round nose pliers, and needle nose or tweezer nose pliers in my case. And also, if you want, you can have one more bent nose pliers to open and close a jump ring. So I just put my round nose pliers on top, but bent the wire and then reposition my pliers and kept it this way, and then bring it around so that you have a loop. Now you hold on to that, and now you have this. Right now you take this finding. It has two loops, one on the top, one on the bottom. Doesn't matter which one it is, just put one of the loop inside, hold on to that, hold on to this, and just go around the bead a couple of times, like how much ever you want, 2 or 3, whichever you feel comfortable with. Now you take your, see that short tail, you need to take your tweezer nose pliers or needle nose pliers and tuck in that tail. Okay, just like so. Now this is pretty much done. Our dangle is pretty much done. Our pendant is pretty much done. It has this beautiful thing. And now what you need to do is you need to add some jump ring on the top. We will see that later. This is how I did the same with this pull. So now we will do with the bigger ones, right? The bigger guys. So this one I want to do with the gold chain, right? So I'm gonna take the bright gold 24 gauge because as I said, this will have pretty thin hole, so 20 gauge wire will not work. You will not need a lot of wire per se to make it, so just about say 2.5 to 3 inches of wire is good enough. Just cut it out, and then what I do is first I'm going to make this wire as a headband. For that, take your pliers and bend the tip of the wire just like so. Bend it, hold on to the tip, and then bend it to form a U shape, and then go ahead and squish the U shape just like so. That will act as a stopper for the bead not to go out. We have made a headband. So to grab a hold of it, sometimes it might be difficult. You can use your stronger pliers to do that if you want to. So now I'm straightening the wire with my fingers. Run it a couple of times, it'll be fine. So figure out which side it needs to come. So there we go. So this side or the other side. I feel this side to be much more rounded, so I'm using this side. So take your pliers, okay, hold on to the top of the bead. See, I have moved my mandrel to just a little bit. That means the space won't be big enough, so you don't have to make a couple of wraps. So this will give you that short distance for you to wrap. So now reposition your pliers and take your pliers around. So here we go. Our loop is nice and ready. I don't want the loop to be big, so I'm keeping it fairly small. You can think if you wanted a bigger loop, then you can do a bigger loop. So then put that finding in and then start wrapping it. 24 gauge wire is perfect for a wrap loop. Okay, so once you finish that space, you don't have to wrap anymore. But if you want, you can make a swirl on top of this bead, but I want the coin pull to show nicely, so I'm not doing that. So I'm snipping it off, the excess wire, taking my pliers and carefully tucking the tail in. There we go. So that's done. So that's so pretty. I love it. So third pendant is done. Now we'll do the final one with this. Okay, this I will do the not so bright gold. Okay, so I'm just going to eyeball it and cut about 2 to 3 inches of wire. Do the same thing. Take the tip of the wire, make it into a U, and crush the U between your pliers right here. Okay, and then put it in here. So now we have our headband. Take your pliers, keep it on top, bend the wire, and then make a loop just like so. Now hold on to the loop, and now we shall take the finding, insert the finding into the loop that we created. Hold the loop with your pliers and then start wrapping it. Now as soon as you reach the bead, cut that off. Carefully tuck the tail in. For this bead, 8mm or 10mm, I think 2 inches of wire is more than enough. If it is a bigger bead, you take more wire. So dangle is ready again. Right, this looks very pretty, like candy. You can have the same chain and swap the pendant if you want to match different color of outfit that you have. That's one idea. So here I have my rose gold chain. I'm gonna put this in here or here. So I want this to be highlighted, so I'll put it here. This we will do with the rose gold because it looks really nice, the color combination to me. So I have here some jump rings. So I'm gonna need 3 jump rings for this project. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a handmade clasp. I didn't have my rose gold clasp. I don't know, I kept it somewhere. I couldn't find. So instead of using that, I want to make one with this not so gold wire. So what you can do is, I am just not going to cut the wire. You can also cut 3 inches of wire and do it, but I'm not gonna cut my wire. I'm just going to use it with the spool. See, this end is not flush cut, which I want to keep it that way because that looks kind of nice when you do this clasp. So take your tweezer nose or needle nose pliers, keep it at the end, and then just bend it to form a small U, just like how we did for the headband. Okay, and then just squish this U between your needle nose or tweezer nose pliers just to get this. You can also find it easy if you use a bent nose pliers or flat nose pliers to do this, just this work, because it is constantly slipping. There we go. So now it's nice and squished. Now I want you to take your round nose pliers. Okay, So the U is coming and folding onto myself, or we can say the U ends on the right. So I keep it here in between my round nose pliers to the biggest of this ring that we have. Okay, and then make a loop just how we would do a ear wire. Okay, now I'm not going to straighten this. I'm going to go ahead and keep my wire right in between the largest part of the round nose pliers, right after the loop right here, and then going to go opposite direction towards that, and then take my pliers off. This is what I have, like an S. Right now I go ahead and cut about here, right in the middle of this loop. There we go. See, I just need a little bit to fold it back onto itself, just how we did the other side. Okay, now take your pliers, okay, and then so you just move it a little bit ahead, or you can hold it this way, whichever way you are comfortable with. I want this end to be folded, right? Keep your pliers at the end and twist it back just like so. See this? And then bring it all the way around. Take your pliers. You can use your bent nose pliers to just squish that between your mandrels, and that's it. So now straighten everything up. So you have an S hook, handmade S hook, which is very easy, right? So all you need to do now is assemble this necklace. So take my jump ring, open my jump ring, and add one end of the clasp. No, add this to the chain, and take your bent nose pliers and then close it. Okay, take the other end. So, and you can add a jump ring here and attach this, or you can just add this. I just twisted that open a little bit so that I can slip this chain inside this, just like so. And then I'm just going to close this as much as I can. Okay, you can see there is a little bit of open on that other side, which will provide us the essential thing to hold on to this, right? That's nice. Now all we need to do is take our jump ring. I have 2 more jump rings to work with, so you can use just 1 jump ring, but I feel 2 jump rings will be much safer. I just add my dangle and add it to this chain, take my pliers and close it just like so. You can just leave it at this point of time. It's said and done, but I want to make sure it's extra secure, my pendant is. So I'm just going to take 1 more jump ring, open it up, add it to the same pendant right here. Just takes a little bit of manipulation to do that, because there is not much gap in the loop, but you can do it. And then put it around the chain, slip the chain on that, and now take your other pliers and close the jump ring. So this is for extra security. So we have 2 jump rings going through the pendant, and that's it. The necklace is ready. So how pretty is that? So I am really happy with how it turned out to be. Now we shall do this for the gold ones as well. So for this we need some jump rings. So this is a jump ring which has different sizes. I really like this one. This one is just gold, but I really like that. So I can take a thicker jump ring or a thinner jump ring and then do two. Either way it's fine. I'm just taking one jump ring which is thicker. And then we are also gonna need for the clasp part. So I'm gonna take a lobster claw clasp because I feel the lobster claw clasp to be very secure in this case. So I'm using a bigger lobster claw clasp. Why you don't need a bigger lobster claw, you can go with a smaller one, but the bigger lobster claw is easy to open and close. It's much more convenient. But if you're thinking about the dainty point of view of the necklace, you can go with the smaller lobster claw clasp, right? So for that, to attach the lobster claw and to come and join, we need some jump rings. So that I will have 4 jump rings right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a thicker jump ring in case you are using one, right? So open it up and then add it to this pendant, and now they are ready. So I can still feel the wire right here. So I'm gonna take my pliers and just tuck this in more. There we go. And do the same for the other pendant as well. These are thicker gauge jump rings. They won't fit 2 in that loop, and it's much more secure. So that's done. Take the chain, open up the jump ring, add one end, add the lobster claw, and close it. Make sure it's completely closed. Let's go ahead and open up the other jump ring. Before doing that, we'll slip in the pendant because the jump ring that at the end is bigger than the one that I used for the pendant. It is intentional so that it doesn't come off. Open it up and add it to the last link of the chain. If you use your pliers, it will be much more easier. Okay. So there were not videos for the first week of January that much, just 1 or 2. That is because I was on a vacation, and then I filmed some of my videos already, but the thing is that it didn't come off. Like I was not able to upload it. The Wi-Fi was very bad and I couldn't get my videos to be uploaded at all. That's why there were no videos. Now I'm back and the videos will be scheduled properly from now on. I apologize for that, guys. So now we'll do the next one. As usual, you can slip the pendant first or later. At least we need to put the lobster claw first to get it going. take the end of the chain, take the lobster claw. You can also add this to a leather cord or a suede leather, whichever you have available. You can change this pendant differently according to your outfit. Now don't forget to slip this pendant inside the chain. Then take the end of the chain, slip it to the jump ring, take your bent nose pliers and go back and forth and swiggle, and now it's done. So here we go. So this is for a permanent finish so that you don't have to change your chain. But if you think that you need to be using a chain, different chain, whenever you think that you need it, then you need to probably add this to a lobster claw. So now we'll see how we can attach this to a lobster claw and have this pendant attached to any other leather cord or any other chain that you have available. So I have 2 jump rings and 2 lobster claw. You just open this jump ring, add it to this pendant that we created, and then to the lobster claw. In the lobster claw, I want the lobster claw to be there we go. So if you think about it, the lobster claw will attach like this. So I don't want that to happen, right? So I remove that. You can either put 2 jump rings, which is like this, and then close this. And open the bottom part and add this to the bottom one and close this. That will put us in like a long pendant kind of a thing, right? So now this is staying straight as how I want it to be. Okay, so you can open up a necklace and just open this lobster claw and add it here, and you will have the pendant like that. Okay, but as you can see, there's a long gap here where the pendant goes. This you can avoid it by making an S hook. What is an S hook? So you need 20 gauge wire for that. So I have here some 20 gauge wire. All you need to do is an S link, not as hook, an S link. So I cut the end flush. Take your round nose pliers, okay, keep it about say here, and then just make a loop. The loop needs to touch that part. I don't want to straighten it, so keep it right there and keep the biggest one or slightly bigger than what you want to be, and then bring it all the way down there, and then cut the wire where it meets the other one, crisscrosses the other one. So we have our S link. I have made some videos how to make this S link on my channel, so if you want you can go ahead and watch that. It's pretty easy, and then you can hammer this down so that it doesn't change shape. You can also work hard on it like that. This way, what happens is you can attach, you don't have to have all of these jump rings and lobster claw. All you need to do is attach the shoulder link of the figure 8 pattern to this, okay, and close it, and this bigger link will go on the chain. For that, the jump ring here needs to be small, right? That's the main criteria. For example, for this necklace, if you can take this on off, the S-link, you can add this to that. Just like so, it will be there. So very pretty, right? So this is easiest way to add a pendant if you want to exchange the pendant for the same necklace. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos almost 5 days a week. I'm planning to do a live. Let's see how it goes. This finding right here, the one with the stone, these ones are from beadpark.com, and it's a 5-piece one. It was only 73 cents when I bought it. This is a UPC code for that. I will leave down in the description box below the website details and the link to purchase this particular connector. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.